Okay, this thing's starting to look like a neon sign in another land. But other than that, that's what it looks like. So I fit them all on here. C-A-G-E-D, C-A-G-E-D, C-A-G. So that does work there. So that all of the long patterns can be fit around a fretboard that would have to be up here. But you know something? We don't even need the fretboard itself if you know what we're doing. Okay, so in the C box there, the long pattern would be if we were playing C from the fret nut. Remember, here's C from the fret nut. So the long pattern for C is just an S3C and then an S3AXL. Okay, now let's just play the pentatonic for C and A. Now look at that long pattern again. Now one thing that might be a little harder would be to play the pentatonic, would be like okay, so you can do the pentatonic on a long pattern too. So that you can see they're pretty much the two short patterns are scoping out the fretboard for the long patterns almost as long. Keep in mind the short pattern that you're substituting with, you're not going to access the sunken notes below the fret nut. So that C, A starts on the 5th. Alright, so this would be your A shaped here. A short pattern obviously would start over here. You see how it's over one fret nut? It can access the 7, the 3, and the 6 in the A short pattern. But here's the A long pattern. We can't access that stuff. It's out of the picture. So it's completely out of the picture. It's like, you know, no play, no string. Sunken notes, I call them. So the A pattern is this, and then S2G. S2G is like the bottom part of an S4L, but just remember, G shape is going up a 5th. The 5th of G is C. C string shapes, so learn your string shapes. What are the string shapes? C is 3, 4, 5, A is 5, 6, can you see here? G is 6, 7 root, E is 7 root 2, and D is 2, 3, 4. That's it. Those are the string shapes, and they play as you can play them going right. You can play them going left and fourths, right and fifths, string shape fifths. Letters can go up in fifths or down in fourths. So the A string shape, 4th of A is D, so that would go to the D string shape 4, 3, 2. 4th of D is G string shape, which would go root 7, 6. Why? Because E becomes the 6th in the key of G. Okay, so that's why the G string shape starts on a 6. Well, that's good. We're doing pretty good today. And we're on the main chart here. Now let me show you, let's get into uncharted charted territory. Like, we haven't had a lesson on this particular adjustment I've made on the chart. So trusting here that if we look for it, we can probably find it. You know, caged is there with the long patterns. We just want to make sure we have all of them, so we try to do it in cage so we can show all of them. Okay, Now let's look at the Ionian root 3/5. This is the new stuff here. Ionian root 3/5. So in the C box, this is the tri-pentatonic C, this is the C, this is the F, and this is the G. The F is 4, 6, root in the numbers of the root key. Root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. 4, 6 root is F, and or the fourth. 5, 7, 2 is the G. Now that's in any key, but we're working in the key of C. So the 4, 6 root is going to be E-shaped. So let's first look at the C. We've done all this stuff before, but now we're doing it with this chart. Let's just look at the C. Is 3, 5, 3, 5. Well, the actual arpeggio is 3, 5, root 3, 5, root 3, 5. Okay, the pentatonic isn't shown, but it's 3, 5, 6 root 2, 3, 5, 6 root 2, 3, 5. Now, when we go and look at the E-shaped fourth, we're looking at the F. The pentatonic for that is going to be 4, 5, 6 root 2, 4, 5, 6, warp over root 2, 4, 5. Okay, and that's your F. But we don't want to play that F diatonically, because then you'll be doing this. And that's not what it is. It's the F Lydian. The Lydian fourth. And similarly, the G is going to be the dominant Mixolydian G. It's not going to be, that's Ionian G. This is Mixolydian G. Okay, so to alleviate that problem with the seventh or the fourth, we just play the pentatonic of the third and the fourth. That's okay, so that's what we're going to do. If we're playing over something like in C, see, when you get to the C, you could do the little diatonic stuff, but when you get to the fourth and the fifth, you either have to do pentatonic, which is what I did, or you can go from, you can start from that fourth and just follow the C pentatonic from there, you know, so you get something like. See how I led up to that? So something like that, you know, where you outline that G, but in the diatonic of the root. So that's pretty much it. I think we might stop here. We might